Good Monday morning, everyone. Welcome to Coffee with Drea. I am Andrea with Ranch House Wreaths and more. Ranch House Craft Supplies, choosejewelry.com. I'm so happy to have you here with me this morning. Our discussion today is about heroes. Who are they? Who are they to us? And who are our heroes and why? What makes heroes important? Or are they important? So that will be our discussion this morning. As you come in, if you'd like to say hello and maybe tell me where you're from, that'd be awesome so we can get to know each other a little bit better. I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. Coffee with Dre, right? Yeah. Good morning, Miss Regina. How are you, beautiful? Good morning, Carolina. How are you? Girl, your rabbit's amazing. I will be having to see about buying one. Good morning, Dawn. I am feeling so much better. I actually rested Friday after I twisted my back. It was crazy. And Saturday, I kind of took it easy. I was feeling better, but yesterday I was able to actually be normal. Good morning, Diane. Hey, Miss Joyce. Hi, Janet. Much better. Thank you so much for asking, Janet. I appreciate that. It was one of those weird things, y'all. I was moving some things around to finish up the front porch for Christmas. And I lifted this tub, not a heavy one, a little wide, but not heavy. But I picked it up and tried to step up a step while turning. And in that turn, I felt it go. It was like, oh no. So that's all. Good morning, Dylan. How are you, Mr. Wonderful? Hey, you're one of my heroes too. Good morning, Marie. I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for asking. Thanks, Amy. Y'all, really, I'm doing great. Thank you for your prayers. I truly believe in the power of prayer. And there were so many of you that offered prayers up for me, and, you know, they worked. Amy, I got a reindeer on my way. Yay. I do, Sherry. I feel so much better. Good morning, Matthew. Hi, Sally. It's just me out here right now this morning. I don't know where the others are. Thank you, Denise. Thank you. Thank you, Cherie. Y'all are all amazing. Thank you so much. Y'all go ahead and say good morning to Dylan. You know you want to. It's okay. That's my boy. Well, let me clarify, because I say that and then people automatically assume I'm his mom. I'm not his mom. Oh, Trina. Trina, good morning. Let me tell you guys something about Trina as people enter. Trina Hall has created 70 Christmas stockings, and she's going to fill them with needs like deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrush, hairbrush, comb, those kinds of things, and go hand them out to the homeless in her area. She did do a video asking us if we could donate some of these items so that she could fill the stockings. If so, contact Trina Hall, and she can let you know how to get those things to her. And, you know, it doesn't have to be full-size things. It can be, what do you call them? The smaller, the sample size things, you know, the half size. It could be those, just so that we can get her enough. Thank you, Tamanika. Good morning. Hi, Suzette, Sandy, Vicky Zaretsky. How are you? Beverly, good morning. Thank you for that. Wow, Trina, you're going to have to let me know why they were afraid to put you to sleep. She was supposed to have surgery this morning. Hey, my little cupcake. How are you? Good morning, Dana. All right, y'all. So, first of all, I hope you all had an amazing weekend, that you got to spend time doing exactly what you wanted to do, that what made you feel better. Good morning, Annette. Wow, you're in San Francisco. I love San Francisco. I just can't afford to go there much. It's a little pricey, but they got some yummies there. Good morning, Micah. Long time no see. Beautiful. Oh, thank you, Caroline. And thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate it. I'm glad you got it. Thank you for donating to the cause of Toys for Tots. That was a fun auction. Good morning, Linda Rose. Oh, Trina, I'm so sorry. Let me keep you in prayer for that. Let me take a note real quick. Deanna's not here, so she can't take my notes. All right. Good morning, Charlotte. How's my little dog doing? Yes, definitely. Happy Monday. It's the start of a brand new week. We have brand new opportunities to prove how awesome we are, to help others be better people just by setting the right example. Doesn't mean you have to be perfect. But let me tell you something, that our pastor is having some major surgery again. And so he's going to be out for a little while. So we had a visiting pastor yesterday. The funny part is only 2 of us showed up. So I was there. I mean, my husband was there, and another one of the sisters in the congregation. But so I told him, I was like, oh no. This means God has a message specific to me, and he's being really obvious. Well, I'm glad you're here right now. Good morning, Michelle Gorman. Good morning, Shannon. Anyway, so I told him that, and he laughed. And then he said that he had prayed about this message, and he'd been wanting to give this message for some time and never had the opportunity. He was directed to talk about something else. So, having said that, the message was about staying on track, which I definitely needed that message. Let me just tell you, it was one of those where, and it was, about being who you were meant to be. And I thought, wow, what a coffee with Drea, right? I am doing good, and I'm so glad you're doing good, Charlotte. That's amazing. Good. Yay. Oh my gosh, I forgot the point. I'll find it. It'll come back to me. Okay. So when he was young, just becoming a pastor, another gentleman said to him, I don't want to misquote. Did I write it down, please? Yes. You may be the only Bible someone reads. Oh my God, that's powerful. That is powerful. And that was about, being who we were meant to be. So I thought that was, not only was that powerful, that was to the point. Absolutely, Matthew. I will definitely keep you in my prayers. Dude, message me and tell me what you're doing. Maybe I can support you in some way. Dana, asking for continued prayers for my friend in Arizona. They put him on. Oh, no. And doctors feel very positive for his outcome. That's a good thing. Yay. Yay. Good morning, Missy. I'm happy that things seems to be going in a better direction for you and your hubs. We keep you in our constant prayers. Good morning, my blessing. How are you? Wow, I love new chapters. And it's funny that you bring that up, Matt, because part of determining who our hero is being willing to open new chapters in our lives. Bobby, did I say it? I don't remember saying. Good morning, Bobby. Hi, Lila. How are ya? Suzette says, please pray for my daughter, Shannon Rhodes. She was diagnosed with cervical cancer, third stage. Dear God. We will definitely do that. Your daughter, Shannon. Y'all, I'm sorry it takes me just a second to make my notes, but if I don't make my notes, I can't pray specifics. Please know, Suzette, we will hold her in our prayers, and you as well, because you're going to have to be that amazing person, that amazing mom that you are to help her through. So we will keep you in our prayers as well. It's never easy to see your children suffer with anything. Oh, Dana, I'm so happy. Isn't he, Missy? Isn't he? And the thing, I've mentioned this before, it's, you know, sometimes it takes a while for us to see the answer to prayers. And it isn't always the answers we hope for, but it's still our answer. And it's our reward for being consistent and real. Joyce, went and took COVID test this morning. Please pray it's negative. We'll know in 48 hours. Absolutely, Miss Joyce. Y'all, when is this COVID thing going to go away? Drea, have you been able to get any more of those silver glitter angel wings in? I use them in my custom headstone orders. I don't know if we have any silver ones, Emily, but email me at ranchhousereese@gmail.com, and I will show you pictures of what I do have. And then I will contact the supplier and see if they can get me some quickly. It's harder than heck these days to get things, but I can certainly try. Good morning, Fonda. Good morning, Susan. Oh, thank you, Micah. Yes, you know, it's funny. I pray for our group as well. Not for, well, yeah, of course I pray for myself. That'd be silly not to. But that each and every one of you have your needs met and can work for your wants. Sometimes, you know, God provides the needs, or provides us a way, if we're listening and watching, to have our needs met. It's the wants that come after that. They're really kind of up to us to work on. Don't you agree? Hi. Good morning, Brenda. Okay. Oh, no, Marie. Oh, God. This COVID thing. Will do, young lady. Will do. There's a troll. Let's see. Let's get that troll out of here. Let's do this right there. Done. I can do that, y'all. I can block. Missy, I have doctor's appointment tomorrow. I'm not feeling well and exhausted. I think my asthma and ear infection from cold temperatures, but want to be safe and double check. Oh, Missy, we'll keep that, you in our prayers for that as well. My daughter and son-in-law both have COVID, but they're doing very well. They just had 1 or 2 bad days. Well, that's a blessing. We got him out, Sherry. Thank you so much. Deborah, I know. So let's keep Deborah Los Kelly in our prayers. She recently lost her mom and she's struggling. Your mom, speaking of heroes, isn't our mother, generally speaking, our very first hero? So I'm very sorry for your loss, Deborah. Especially right now, it seems not that loss is any more or less painful, but it seems like when it happens during the holiday season, when family is our focus, hopefully, it just makes it more difficult to make it through. So I will keep you in my prayers, Deborah. Good morning, Debbie. I'll tell you something good. You're awesome. Deborah. So sad. You know, the beginnings of loss are so difficult because It's like you get, wow, y'all are getting this terrible halo thing. See it. Well, I can't do anything about it. I know, Susan, that's terrible. Oh, Fonda, stage 4 COPD. He was my father-in-law, but really he was the dad of my lifetime. That's how he passed away. That's a struggle. I'm so sorry. I hope that you have less struggle each day. My friend of 45 years has passed away. First Christmas without her. I love and miss her so darn much. She passed away at 60 years old, just shy of turning 61. Wow, that's young. Y'all be sure to keep Fonda in your prayers as well. Good morning, Sandy Swanson. Fonda, bless you, my dear, sweet lady. Bless you. It's hard. I lost my husband. This will be going on 5 years now, and I still have a hard time during the holidays without him. Our anniversary last month and Christmas is even harder for me. Brenda. Yes, Deborah. I know it's only been like 3 or 4 weeks, right? If I'm remembering right, that since your mom passed. My best advice, and this is advice from the heart, not from a psychology degree, okay, and advice from experience. I have not lost my mom. I've lost my dad and the man who was my dad for all my adult life as well. Give yourself grace. If you need to cry, you cry. You know, my 3-day rule of feeling bad and feeling sorry for yourself and punching walls or throwing things or whatever it is you have to do when you go through something difficult, have a pity party, all of that. That rule does not count in these kinds of loss. That's for simplicity, pity, right? So you do what you need to do for you. Don't listen to the negative Nellies that will tell you you need to move on. She's in a better place. Yes, we know that. We know when we lose our loved ones that they are physically not here and are by spirit in a better place, right? We know that. But I remember when people said that to me, I was like, I don't want them there. I want them here with me. So that really didn't help me because I knew that. I know that they're in heaven. And I know that's a beautiful place, but so don't listen to that. People are only saying things that they think will make you feel better because they care about you. This is what helps me every time I've suffered a loss. This one simple thing. My loved one loved me. In your case, your mom. Your mom loved you. She loved you your whole life. She loved you before you were born. And she would not want you to get lost in your grief. Of course you need to grieve your way. Not my way, not anybody else's way. Just your way. You get to determine how you grieve. Just don't get stuck there. And try to remember every day to pull up some of them happy memories. And remember that your mom would want you to find happiness and joy. She would. Hi, Suzanne. Please give Jesse my deepest condolences for the loss of his father. You know what? I'm going to have to move my camera a little closer or something. I'm seeing this back shadow. There! Whew! We're in this out of the sun. What the heck? Okay. My prayers go out to those of you that are struggling through sickness and loss and all that need our prayers. Have the best week you can have. Thank you, Marie. That is beautiful. Good morning, Donna Rourke. How you doing? Oh, Courtney, you probably need some prayers too. You need to take time for you to heal. It takes time. If you find you cannot get through the day, seek out some grief counseling. I did, and it helped. Absolutely. I agree. I agree. I just want to say thank you for being you and sharing your knowledge. Losing my husband a year ago. Life has been a struggle. If I allow it, let me see if I can get the scene more to it worked. Life has been a struggle if I allow it. I highly recommend anyone in grief at any phase to go to a grief share group. It worked miracles for me and many others. Absolutely. The grief is such a personal thing. We need to be careful to not allow someone else to direct it, because then you don't grieve correctly, right? Grief is not really something we should have as humans. You know, we were created to live forever. What? Yes. So it's a difficult emotion. Please reach out, Deborah. And when you do, go to a grief share group. If you do, if you're a religious person, it's probably best that you attend one that has the religion behind it, spiritual behind it, not religion. But don't compare your grief with their grief. I hope that makes sense. That's right, Annette. There is no time limit on grief. My kids died April 24th, 2000, and I still grieve every day. And there are some days when I grieve more than others. And it's been 20 years, you guys. Grief does not go away. Period. It will be with you until you complete your journey here. So you don't get over it. You move forward and you learn how to live with the pain part. And every day you find a better reason to continue. You know, like I've said, for me, I try to remember that my kids would want mom, that silly, crazy, happy, fun-loving mom that I was before they passed away. They would want her to still be around. They wouldn't know the mom that curls up on the couch and, you know, feels sorry for herself forever. So you grieve your way. There are so many stages to grief, and they're yours. Period. No, Deborah, that's very different when it's your mom. Emily, grief is horrible. It never goes away completely. When I was 21, I lost my parents 3 months and 5 days apart. That was almost 12 years ago, and it's still hard. Oh, Emily. You go get some rest, Missy. Replay will be fine. Good morning, Retta. Grief is a tough thing. And again, it's a very personal thing. It's not something people can direct. They can hold your hand and they can help you and give you that moral support, and can show you by their own example that you will move to a better place, one step or one shuffle, whatever it is, at a time. No, Deborah, you never be sorry. That is what this group is for. That is what Coffee with Drea is all about. It's an interchange of encouragement, you know, and sometimes the subject has to be changed because it's a need. And it may not even be you that needed to hear things from all of us. It may have been someone else. So you go right ahead and change that subject whenever you need. Right? Some days are better than others. We always love the holidays and always overdid things, and it's just hard. Brenda, I'm so sorry. And it's still fresh and new. So it's still the early years of grief. Right, Micah? That's exactly how it is. You grieve after 30 years, and some days are just as if it had just happened. Aw, thank you, Deborah. That's very kind of you. Very kind. Oh, that sun keeps chasing me. Let me scoot around a little bit. What it's doing, I don't know if it's doing it to you, but it's throwing a shadow, a glowy shadow, that making it hard for me to read. Well, look, now you can see Joy. That is not Yaj. That is not you. That is Joy. Thank you, Deborah. I appreciate you all as well. Cherie. My father passed away in 1999, and I still grieve for him daily. Just had to learn to take one day at a time. I keep his memories close, and he will always be with me and in my heart. That is beautifully said. And that is exactly what we each need to do. I know, Carolina, you should have heard just a few minutes ago when they were leading them to feed. Oh, my goodness. It was very loud. So, let's talk a little bit about heroes. And who are your heroes? Good morning, Brian. How are you, handsome? You get to define who your heroes are and why they are a hero. Heroes, same question could be, who do you look up to? Very good advice, Janet. Don't force yourself to be happy because of the season. If you feel like screaming, do so. I lost my mom 6 years ago. Still miss her like mad, but each day gets easier. Absolutely. Good advice. So, a hero. What is a hero, first of all? Let's check. Now, I made me some notes so I can, regain my focus. First of all, it's someone we admire. Put simply, for whatever reason, we admire them. They are someone that's you, we individually determine that they've shown behavior, they've made good decisions that are ethically and morally worthy of us looking up to them. I'm getting real ticked off at the sun right now. People that inspire us by their example, their healthy example. I'm not talking about Spider-Man or Superman. Heroes of youth are those. And kids should have those heroes to look up to, where they take a bad situation and they fix it through their powers. And in the end, we learn a lesson from these heroes. And I'm talking about like Superman and all of those, right? Some of us have heroes that are like mentors to us. I know some of my heroes are. But they need to inspire you by their example. Does that mean they need to be perfect? Why, heck no. Does that mean that they've made mistakes in their life, poor decisions, taken the wrong road, whatever? Yes. You know what makes them a hero? They came through. They showed up for themselves. They came through, and by their example are someone we can look up to, right? So don't look for perfection when you're looking for a hero. Don't look at their past and go, oh my God, look what he did or she did when she was 30 years old or 18, or oh my God, they were arrested for drinking and driving. Is that a bad thing? Of course it's a bad thing. Does it mean they cannot be our hero? Absolutely not. You can we're all imperfect. We all do bad things that we either regret or we don't, things we wish we hadn't said or done. But that does not make us any less capable of being someone's hero. If we show by example, by our behavior, if it's a new behavior, if we had to struggle through, well, let's say alcoholism. It's an easier one for us to deal with, to picture. So someone was an alcoholic and did not so wonderful things during those years. They struggled. They found a way out. No matter what caused the way out, they found a way out. Their example is they struggled. They survived through whatever nightmare caused them to be an alcoholic. They survived the alcoholism. They changed their way. And now they are ethically and morally someone we can look to as an example. Isn't that something? Sometimes I think we get so caught up in who we look up to and judging them based on history. Look, if they have changed, we all have the ability to change and become a better person. And if your hero has had a, maybe a little checkered past, it's okay. Your hero, as long as they inspire you to be a better person, to not be a judge of all things and all people and all words and the way someone looks and the way they dress and don't judge, then you found the right hero. And a hero is also someone, well, I've already said that you look up to. What heroes are you letting into your home? What heroes are you getting advice from? Who are you watching or reading or listening to? Should they be your hero? Or, if not even a hero, should they be allowed into your home by television or social media or through a book or whatever? Yes, Trina, you take care of yourself today, sweetie. My grandmother was my hero. I always looked up to her. She was my guardian angel. When my days were bad or just having a bad day, I could call her and she would get me through the day. She always said, keep your eyes on the Lord and he will never leave you. I miss her. She went home to heaven. First of all, I'm so sorry for your loss. But what a beautiful thing. What a testimony to her that this is how you feel. It's a strong person to change from these vices. A friend of mine, Jess, was an addict, now is EMT school, and has helped set up a center for those. He can be a hero, right? I'm not saying that during the alcoholic phases or drug addicted or whatever it is, that choices they've made, that may not be the time for them to be your hero. Sometimes the learning by example from that is an example of what not to do, right? Always be open to guidance. Good morning, Pam. How are you? From these, I call them heroes, these people you look up to, for whatever reason you look up to them. And the quarterback of the team you love, can be your hero in how wonderful he is at the game. But your hero can be, like many of you have mentioned, your grandparents, your mother, your friend, your neighbor, somebody you know at church, somebody you met online, a coach you have. Just a hero doesn't have to be the most obvious person in the world. And as long as they inspire you to do better and be better, and help you to improve your life, because we all can improve every day, I don't care who you are, then they deserve to be your hero, the person you look up to, the person you admire. One little bit of warning: don't just listen to their talk. It's easy to talk. Look at their walk. So if they're inspiring you by their words, are they following through in their own lives with those words? So are they talking the talk and that's it? Or are they talking the talk by example, walking the walk, right? Like a friend of ours. I won't say his name because I don't want to get in trouble for hero worship. One of our persons in our Reef community that we all look up to very much, mentions what they do for the homeless. And he says, we went and bought some burgers. We saw some homeless people. We went and bought some burgers. We went and bought them socks. He says these things. And those are things, he says, to encourage us to know it doesn't take much to be the hero. Because that day, that person who received that burger, those socks, that blanket, the stockings that Trina Hall is trying to do, you are their hero. You're helping them through something difficult. And you're a shining example of humanity. So you are a hero as well. One of the things I want you guys to do, I get a lot of messages and I love getting them and stories and Dre, what would you do kind of things. Listen, one of the big things that I see is you're failing to live up to your own potential. You cannot live up to the potential of someone else. You have to live up to your potential. You are capable of doing that. You really, really are. You can be your own stinking hero. Sometimes living up to our potential means going against the flow, right? So everybody's making fake bakes, okay? It's easy. Or everybody's painting a cross in red with stripes, right? And telling the story of the cross. Okay. Well, you decided to do that because everybody else is doing it and it's working for them. They're selling them, right? But you're not selling them. Okay. Go against the flow. Like the salmon, how you probably, if you don't know, you look it up. Look at how the force of the streams that salmon to get to their spawning grounds go through these rushing rivers to get to where they need to be. They're going against the flow. Sometimes that's what we need to do because we can improve our lives that way and we can reach our own potential. Do not, when you're looking at heroes or people that you look up to and admire, don't try to be them. Be inspired by them. Yes, be inspired. But you need to be you. You need to do what makes you happy. Maybe it wasn't a whole lot of fun painting those crosses with the white stripes on them and telling the story of the cross. Maybe you wanted to paint ornaments or paint a stick. I don't know. Something silly. What makes you happy? Maybe. Hi, Sheila. How are you? Good morning, Nadine. Maybe that is what will make you happy. And happiness, like joy, exudes happiness. If you are happy and joyful and make it a practice and cultivate these things, it's going to spill out of you. People are going to see it, even when your eyes are all puffy. People are going to see that, and you will be that inspiration for them, that example, and they will want to buy from you. Sometimes it's about you and the steps you need to take. You need to walk your walk, not theirs. So while I encourage us, I have mentors. I have a mentor. His name is Roberto. He came out of nowhere about 1.5 years or 2 ago. I can't remember exactly. And I was blessed to be able to have some one-on-one time with him. And he is the one who encouraged me to keep up with Coffee with Dre, because I felt so responsible. And I thought, I don't know that I can carry this responsibility. Who the heck do I think I am that I should get in front of people and talk to them about heroes or talk to them about joy? Who am I? And he's the one who helped me to understand. One, and he is a very spiritual person, maybe not so much religious, but very spiritual. He said, God has asked you to be this person, this encourager. If you don't do it, he's going to give it to someone else. You gave away your gift from God. What? You don't give away gifts? Jeez. Okay, so there's one thing. He also told me, because I told him the same thing about writing the book. I said, I don't know how to write this book and charge people money. He's like, What do you mean you don't know how to charge people money? He said, Dre, you've been through a mess, which gives you a message. And people don't mind paying. If it makes you feel better, donate some of that money to your charity. It's okay. So he is a hero to me. He always encourages with kindness. He doesn't ever talk down to me or act like, I'm the all great and powerful. He leads by example. He does. And he has that heart. And that he's already gone through things. He pressed forward in a time with who he is when it wasn't popular, but he didn't wait to follow someone else. He did it himself, and he's amazing. Just saying. So that is one of the people that I look up to, that I admire. Not because he's perfect, although to me he kind of is, but not because he's perfect, but rather because he leads, leads by example. His words are words of encouragement. You don't hear him getting on there whining and complaining. He's had some tough bridges to cross, tough ones, and he did it. And he shows us and encourages us. That's the kind of hero I want you all to have. And listen, if you can't find a hero right now, if you can't find someone whose example you can follow, pick yourself up by your bootstraps and be that example. Yes, you can. Even in the most difficult of circumstances. Sometimes those difficult circumstances are the very thing that will help us. Oh, Lord, Dre, I can feel myself getting choked up. That will help us to inspire someone else to greater things, better things, to be a better person, to help them get through loss, the pain of losing loved ones, losing a job, losing their home, losing their marriage, losing their best friend. All the things that we lose, that we grieve over, if we've gone through it, that tough time, and we use that to be a servant, to serve others by leading by example. A true and real example. Please don't go out there and try to be fake, because fake don't win. It wins for a little while, but eventually people figure it out. And then who are you really? You're that girl they used to know that they thought was this person, but was really this person. You know, you don't want to be that girl. You don't want to be the person I used to know, because I have to close the book on that in order to move forward. And part of being the example is to be the example of hope. Give them hope. We live in a world, if you would have told me 10 years ago, heck, a year ago, that we would live in this mess, I would have said, you're crazy. You're crazy. That is not going to happen. But it has. Are you a hero? Are you worthy to be recognized, looked up to, admired, followed? Are you a good example? Are you showing our children? The children are watching. My 10-year-old granddaughter is always telling me things she doesn't understand. Debbie says, good morning, flannel dude.
Good morning.
They need us to be a good example. They need us to be positive and filled with hope for the future. They're living the COVID nightmare with us. They're living the political unrest with us. Y'all, stop it. Stop it. Give them hope. Give them positivity. Give them a reason to be so excited about their future. Give them a reason to be a stinking kid. Let them play. Let them have fun. Let them play with their Barbies. Do you ever listen to kids playing Barbies? Or playing with their stuffed animals or their dog or whatever? Do you ever listen to the words? You can learn a lot about what kids are feeling by the way they pretend things. Pay attention. Give those babies what they need. And by that, I don't mean just 5-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 18-year-olds, heck, 21-year-olds. They need us, their parents, their grandparents, their heroes. They need us to be a real hero. They need us to give them hope. If we can encourage them and give them hope, y'all, they're the next generation. Their generation, if we train them correctly, can be the generation of change. Maybe it wasn't my generation. My children's generation have been working on it. I think my grandchildren's generation will be the one. But it's only going to be the one if we are the encourager. If we lead by example. I don't want this world for my grandchildren. I don't. It worries me. But I don't want her or Reb, who's 2.5, so he doesn't really get it. But you can lead a 2.5-year-old by example too. Are you happy? Are you grumpy? Are they seeing Grammy, the happy Grammy, or are they seeing the grumpy Grammy? They need to see you happy right now. This world needs us all to show up for one another, to guide people to hope. We ain't perfect. I don't have the answers. None of us have all the answers, but we can encourage. And if we don't do it for ourselves, hey, I want to be happy. I want to have hope. And I do. I truly believe in humanity. I believe that we will get out there and we will make a difference towards positivity. Dig down deep. You know, we used to tell my kids, my husband and I, their dad, you got to, when they were frowny, we'd say, you got a pocket? Yes. Reach down in there, way down in there, and we'd have them reach way down in the pocket. Now pull your hand out. Now there's your smile. It didn't matter that there wasn't a smile down in that pocket. It made them smile, and it took them away from that moment of sadness. So please, 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 you guys, you have the power. So many of you are online. So many of you are involved in social media. We have the power to make a difference and to make things better. And quit complaining. If we spend all our time complaining, if that's what comes out of our mouths, I'm telling you, you haven't spent enough time cultivating that joy and putting that down there in your core so that you can be an influencer of hope. It doesn't matter if you affect just one person. That's one person that now has some hope and joy. If you can affect thousands, heck, my hat's off to you. But I'm more concerned about us affecting those within our own circles, within our own communities. Because if we do that, you know, it's going to be like a ripple. When you throw that water, or that rock, or skip that rock, it'll be like a ripple and it'll go on out. And then we can affect thousands and not even know it. Yes, you do, Betty. Your creations make me smile. Tell you what, I ordered some cups just real quickly from Betty Spencer. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And she always makes some very inspiring signs too. So check her out at Shore Life Creations. Melissa, it's such a stressful time that I try, but having to be both mother and father to a 14-year-old boy takes a toll sometimes. But I have to bury it and put a smile on my face. Life. There's one thing I do want to say. Yes, in today's world in particular, we really, really need to pay attention to what our children need from us. The teen years are tough already. And being the mother of a teenager, especially if you have to be both parents, is tough. My hat's off to you. Let me get this off here. Maybe that's what's reflecting and getting in my eyes. Kids do want the truth. So they want to know. Especially, you know, once they're like 8 or 9 years old, 10 for sure. They want to know, what is COVID? Why can we not go see our friends? Why can't we go to school? Why are people so upset? You need to be honest, of course. And you still need to parent. I am not saying in any way, shape, or form that you stop parenting and spanking their butts if they need it, or putting them in the room, or time out, or taking away their games or whatever if they need it, because you're still the parent. Parent first. What I'm saying is, you have to find a way where you and your child needs to see that you're going to fall apart. So I'm not saying that either, because they need to know that it's okay to fall apart if you need to. It's okay to scream when you just can't take anymore. It's okay. What they need to see is you get yourself up and give yourself that little pep talk and like, I don't know how I'm going to pay this electric bill, but I'm going to find a way. I can't believe that money is so tight that we can't pay all our bills. You don't have to tell children the details, but a 14-year-old's going to want to know. But it's going to be okay because I have you, my sweet dear son, and we're going to make it through during the stressful times. So they need to see you succeed through tough times. But they need to know, the most important thing they need to know is there's hope for their future. That there's a reason to be smiling and happy. Children don't need to take on the adult responsibility of all this mess going on out here. They need to be kids. They need to be that 10-year-old frolicking through, riding their bicycles up and down the road. They need to be that 14-year-old that loves to bake, or that 14-year-old or 15-year-old that's learning how to drive. They need all those things. They need normalcy, and we need to give it to them. It's on us. On us. Their parents and grandparents, to make sure they get what they need, even in difficult times. Even if it's difficult on us. So, Melissa, my hat's off to you because you're wearing two hats in a terrible time in history right now. And you are doing the best you can for your child. Bless you, my dear friend. Bless you. Hey, Amy. Yes, exactly, Teresa. We need to stay strong, at least for the children and yourself. I want you to want to for yourself. But sometimes we have to find a reason to make it through the struggle. And children are such a blessing, and they depend on us for so many things. They can be our reason for choosing joy. Listen for your gift. Listen. Watch. You will find that gift. Oh, thank you, Vicky. That's very, very kind of you. What's funny is many of you are my heroes. You get on here and you talk about your personal life. Here comes that bee. No, please don't come to me. You talk about your personal life. You encourage others through your example. When someone earlier was talking, Deborah, when she was talking about the loss of her mother, y'all stepped up and gave her encouragement. That's being a hero. Right there. Deborah was a hero because she spoke up and said, hey guys, this is how I'm feeling because of my loss, but I'm making it. It's not easy, but I'm making it. That is a hero as well. If you can be inspired by that person, they deserve to be a hero. It's really simple. Hey, my little sparrow, how are you? Aren't they though, Amy? Melissa. See, Melissa? That makes you my hero. She's talking about her 14-year-old son. He does make my day with his smile. Look at there. See, even though we struggle, I've been that single parent, by the way. Not with teenagers. They were much younger. But any single parent, mom or dad, especially if you have to do both and work and try to find a moment for yourself, you are a hero. Be a positive influence on your children, please. We need that positivity or things won't get better. I'm 62, raising two of my grandsons, and they're 13 and 10. Bless your heart. I cannot see myself doing that right now. They're my reason. No dust settling under my feet. These kids inspire me, considering the hard place they came from. Kathy, you are my hero. She is 62 years old. Just a couple years older than me. And she's raising a 10-year-old, 13-year-old, and thriving on it. Look at there. Those kids are so blessed to have you, someone who is positive and excited and happy to direct them. That's what I'm talking about. You are the prime example. Sue, I believe how we guide our kids through this awful time can be one of the best lessons we can teach them. Absolutely. We can make them to be strong and confident enough to handle things as grown-ups. I 100% agree, Sue. Micah, children, even though just children, can in a small way be a hero if we watch and listen to them as well. They can wake up a side of you have forgotten. Oh, look at that. And isn't that the truth? I have to tell you, I have no shame in saying that my children, not only now because of the amazing human beings they turned out to be, job well done. And then they took over their lives and became, they're just amazing. My children were always my heroes. The Bette Midler song, The Wind Beneath My Wings. That was my children. It kept me flying. Oh, Suzanne, that's beautiful. You are wonderful, and you're a shining example. So, I get really sad. I've seen it a lot recently. I guess it goes on more than I know. Maybe I just want to keep my eyes close to it. I've seen a lot of parents and grandparents using the children to harm one another for whatever reason that I'll never understand. That's their life, not mine. Their journey, not mine. I'm not making a judgment. All I will say is, get away. All I will say is this. They are children, and they know what you're doing. 5-year-olds can know what you're doing. Y'all, I owned 5 daycare centers over 35 years. Children know. They go to school, daycare, pre-K. We had through pre-K. And they talk. And they ask questions. So they know. Stop using them. If you don't get along with your mom or your dad or your child, and you want to hold your child hostage against them, what example are you really setting? Can you let go of the animosity? Now, I'm not talking about giving them to somebody that's abusive. This is just the normal family garbage where, people use their children to make a point. Are you really making a point? Who's getting the point? Well, I'll tell you what kid is. You just taught your kid something they can do to you later because they're seeing you. They're hearing you. They know. Right, Kathy? It's true. Just hearing your voice gives me so much peace. Just knowing you have shared the same pain as me. Oh, Kathy, helps me pick up my heart off the floor and find my kindness and joy. Well, let's see. See more. There goes. My oldest son and daughter now bring me more joy than ever. Oh, bless you. Bless you. That makes me so happy. Y'all, it's I'm not trying to be your guru or your spiritual leader. I'm just trying to encourage us, all of us. I have to remind myself of these things too. Sometimes this is as much about me as it is about anybody else. To find the goodness in one another, to find a way to forgive, in particular inside of a family unit, to find a way to be a shining example, shine your light of joy and hope, yes, and peace, so that our children can learn and so that others can see, look what Kathy is going through and look at her attitude. I want to be that. I want what she has. I want that attitude. I want people to be able to say about you, I want what she has. And I'm not talking money or things. I'm talking attitude. I want somebody to walk by and go, dang, that Micah, she is so joyful. She is so positive all the time. I want what she has. My gosh, Amy is going through all this with the grandchildren and etc. And she's doing it with a smile, and she's struggling through, and she's so positive and hopeful. I want what she has. Deborah just lost her mother and is sharing that to bring light and hope to others. I want what she has. I want that core, that person that you are on the inside that shines through to the outside for the whole wide world to see and learn from. I want that. And I want what you guys have. I do. I want that joy, and I want to share it. And, you know, if somebody thinks that I'm using the loss of my children for gain, I could give a flip. People don't use their loved ones that have gone for gain. What I do is I use them as their legacy. These are joyful, happy children. They were my heroes. I'll talk more about them in the future. There'll be some more about them in the book, of course. They are not being used. Their memory. I guess maybe it is being used. Well, heck, let's call an ace an ace. I am using the memory of my children, the loss of my children, to show that you can suffer the most unimaginable pain. There is no pain. I promise you. There is nothing like the loss of a child. It's two children, 16 and 18 years old. There is no pain like that pain. I would never wish that on somebody I have no respect for. But I know my kids. And their legacy is to prove that joy can be had. That you can find joy. You can live joy. You can make mistakes. You can fall down a rabbit hole. You can get yourself up out of there, and you can find that joy, and you can live that joy. And by me sharing that with you guys, my children get to live on. Their legacy of love and kindness and joy lives on. Because their mom didn't, I did curl up in a ball for a while. Not going to deny that. But their mom found a way to take that unbelievable, unbearable pain and use it. Yes, you heard it. Dre's using it. To bring hope to somebody else. To inspire somebody else. To help someone else understand. Y'all, I ain't no more special than you all. You can make it through. Two things. You have to find your purpose. For me, my purpose was joy. I did not want to live my life being a bitter old woman who buried her children and oh my God, the world ended. Yes, my world did end for a moment. But you pivot, and the world, you have a world. You find a new normal. You find a way to take a curse and make it a blessing. So for me, shame on me if I can't share a way to find hope, but more importantly for us individuals that suffer loss or grief. And I'm not just talking about the loss of children or parents. I'm talking about the loss of jobs and homes and respect for people we loved and friends and all the things. So many things we lose, right? That grieve us because they're grievous. But if we can show one another that we can pick ourselves up and move on and have a good, happy life, a genuinely good, happy life, because y'all, I'm here to tell you, you can. Don't miss out on those joyful moments. Don't. And that's my blessing and treasure that I want to share with you. Ma'am? Read who?
Sandy Swanson.
Sandy Swanson. Drea, I'm so glad you have coffee talk. You inspire me. My life has not been easy and was giving up until I was blessed with you. Oh. I'm going to go through things that are hard and don't understand why. Thank you kindly in what you are. Aw.
Amen to that.
Thank you. It is so wonderful to hear. Just remember, it's not me, it's you. I'm just the vessel. I'm the one who spoke the words that touched you, but you did the follow through. See, I can say anything in the world I want to right here, and I can give you every possible example, not just my own, but others. And unless you find a way to help yourself find joy, or search for it, dig for it, cultivate it, to find the power of positivity and what it can do in your life and those around you, unless you do it, it's just words, right? So you guys are the heroes because you're doing the work. But thank you so much for the kind words. Sorry, I'm trying to... I agree. Amy, I think sometimes people... I would have loved to have heard some stories of positivity during those difficult times. It seems like that's when people tell you, oh, I know what you're going through. I buried this and this has happened and blah, blah, blah. And I wish I had been surrounded by more people giving me permission to grieve but still find joy. Even though it seems impossible, it's two different directions, but it can happen. They can, they have a symbiotic relationship, really, if you allow it. Yes, Bobby, absolutely. Joy is different for each person. And you guys are my blessing. Many of you, I know your stories, and you are heroes. Believe it or not. You are encouragers. Don't ever stop being that. Please, 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 never give up that power within you to be, first of all, authentic. You have to lead with being authentic and real and not fake. But you have that amazing power to live to your full potential. Aim for your potential. Live your dream. Whatever it is. But you also have the power to spread hope and love and peace and kindness and positivity. It's never hard to smile and say, good morning, how are you? And actually mean it. Maybe instead of when we see somebody and go, hey, how are you? Maybe we should stop and listen. Maybe they want to tell you how they really are. And if you don't want to know, don't say, hey, how are you? Just say, hey. Yes, it does sometimes take time. It took me quite a while. There are a lot of things in my lifetime, and sometimes when Deanna talks to me about them and helps me pull them out of my past, it's like, my God, how did that girl live through that? Well, you find a way. You have to want to first, y'all. You have to want to. So want to. Find a want to and a get to. Like, oh my God, I get to get up today and be joyful. I get to do that, right? Oh, thank you, Susan Galley. Thank you so much. You are an inspiration as well, my dear. So, we're going to come to a close today. Do know that you are heroes. And when you're looking for your own heroes, those people to look up to and admire, and it's proven and psychologically proven that we need heroes, people to look up to. Be sure to check their walk, not just their talk. Be sure that they encourage you to be you and not to be a copy of them. Be sure that they encourage and don't tell you what to do or talk down to you. You deserve better. You deserve the best possible hero there is.
Well, if you're not listening.
I know for those of us that are Christian, our hero is Christ, and we can't really go wrong there, right? Lead by example. If you can't see an example, be an example. And then once you do see an example, still be an example of goodness, kindness. Give hope to our children. Don't just complain. They need to know that there's struggle out there. Yes, they need the truth. But the truth is, what they need more than that is to see us survive instead of complain. Just constantly. Y'all, really. So never give up that power, y'all. And also, use some of that power. Let me see what Nadine says. I'm so tired of people. Things are going to be okay. How do you ever forget that part you love? I'm tired of people telling me to start dating again. I look at them and say, no way. Nadine, your grief is yours. Your journey is yours.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Don't let them.
Nope.
Don't let them bring you down either. If he was the love of your life, you can have another love. Of course, if you decide you're ready, you can date and have someone else to love, and that's a wonderful, beautiful thing. However, that's on you. That's not on them. You get to live your life in the way that makes you happy and the way that you can honor him in your relationship. That's up to you. Y'all. Oh, thank you, Dana. Right back at you, girl. Use some of that power too. Here we go. Always, always, always choose joy, y'all. Bye. Have a great week, and we'll see you next Monday. Bye.